What is the dreaded B word of financial freedom in today's ThinkShare? Hello and welcome to the Daily ThinkShare. My name is Zach. I'm here to bring to you what I've been thinking about, talking about, sharing about, listening to in audiobooks that I don't have time to talk about in math class. So if you're new to the channel, I invite you to subscribe. So one of the things I've been doing is re-listening to the Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. I listened to it back in 2015 with my wife Alyssa, and since then we've saved enough for a down payment on a house. We haven't found the right house yet, but we have enough money for it because of this. And one of the things we had to do is we had to tackle the dreaded B word. I just went through the chapter where he talks a little bit about what that is, which is budgeting. What is budgeting? I think it's a scary word. It feels like all of a sudden we can't spend on good stuff. But in fact, budgeting is financial goal setting. So it's looking at what you make in a month, something you do on a monthly basis, because most people get paid on a monthly basis, or at least you can convert anything to a monthly basis. So you might get weekly or bi-weekly paychecks. You can turn that into monthly set. So I'll give you some round numbers, but something that's similar to what is going on for me right now. So the budget is looking at what you want to put your money towards in any given month. So for example, I get paid in the 50,000s. My wife does as well. So if it were 52,000, that would be 1,000 per week. So let's assume we're making 2,000 per week, which would be about 8,000 before taxes for the month. So say we get 60% of that or 70% of that due to taxes. So let's round and say we get about $6,000 per month after taxes, or $5,000 per month. We'll say $5,000. So when you look at your budget, you say expected income is $5,000. Where does that $5,000 go? Does it go where I want it to, or is it just going to go wherever it kind of takes itself? What Dave quotes in the book is Zig Ziglar. He says, if you set your goals for nothing, if you set your budget to nothing, you'll hit your goal every time. You'll hit nothing every time. And that's really how most people do it. Me and Alyssa have been doing this handwritten budget for quite some time. So here's how it looks. So if there's $5,000 that we are receiving every month after taxes. Where does that money go? Well, currently we're paying about, I'm going to use round numbers and not exact numbers. So about $100 for insurance on our cars, about $300-400 for car payment, about $400-500 for my college loans. We're saving about, and this will probably increase, $2,000 we're saving towards our house fund. We are paying about $400 for groceries per month, and we are trying to, whenever we have extra, we try to put in towards my college loans, because those are the lowest debt that we have right now. We're trying to snowball it. That'll be for another episode. But really what we're doing is we're telling our money where we want it to go. Most of the time, what he said in there is that if you don't tell your money to go, it'll kind of take on a life of its own. So many people go paycheck to paycheck and they just buy whatever they want, like a child. They don't show that maturity. They're like the kid in the grocery store, he said, where they're red in the face and say, I want it, I want it, I want it. And they don't use their maturity to manage their money. And so a perfect example is, I want to get a new laptop. So I was looking at the ones that I want, probably around $600 for the one I want. I'm willing to have a used or refurbished computer. So about $600 what I want. We have $600 in savings. We have $600 in checking. We get over $600 a month. However, I am not quite willing to just say, hey, I'm just gonna pull $600 from our budget and kill $600 that we're already planning to go to other things for the month. So I've been trying to think of what can I do that's a little different. How can I earn it? How can I do some other things? So some ideas. I could sell some books. I am currently selling them for $15, and I have a bunch in my car. So if I were to sell, let's see, $600 divided by 10, that would be 60 books. By 15, that would be what, like 40 something books. So I could sell books. I could say, hey, I'm trying to buy a new laptop, here's my book, sell it. That's one way to do it. I'm not terribly interested in that way, as I haven't found enjoyment out of salesmanship. One opportunity I do see coming is my birthday's coming up. I've been thinking about creating a GoFundMe rather than having people send me money, send me gifts, send me cards. Just put that money straight into a GoFundMe instead of the $4 that you might spend on a card at Hallmark. Just put it straight into GoFundMe, and then say 10 people times $4. That's $40 that goes towards my laptop instead of cards, and they'll still send me a message on the GoFundMe page. So rather than just wanting something and buying it because you have the funds or because you have a credit card, the idea of budgeting is allowing your financial genius to come out and allowing you to consider where the money's going rather than just letting it go where it's gonna go. So I hope this was useful. In the comments, please ask me other questions that you might have about written budgeting. Maybe if Alyssa and I are comfortable with it, we might actually show you what one of our past budgets have looked like, so you can see the nitty gritty for some people that are interested in that. I know I would be interested in that if I were looking at someone else's budget. So if you like this, give it a like. If you want more, subscribe. Hit the button down below or in the screen here. If you're on Facebook, you'll have to log into your Google account. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay weird.